Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, May 31, 2023. The Planning Institute of Jamaica, PIOJ, is estimating that the country's economy grew by an estimated 2.7% during the January to March 2023 quarter. PIOJ's Director General, Dr. Wayne Henry, says this represents the 8th consecutive quarter of growth.
Importantly, this quarter's growth has yielded a fiscal year outturn, resulting in the achievement of output levels from the impact of COVID-19, 1 year before the projected recovery date of fiscal year 2023-24.
Dr. Henry says the outturn for the period largely reflects an increase in external demand for local tourism products. Also contributing was an increase in domestic demand for services in the hotel, restaurants, transportation, and communication industries. The resumption of operations at the Jamaica alumina refinery also played a part.
Further growth in the economy was tempered by a contraction in the construction industry due to a slowdown in works on major infrastructure projects which are close to completion, and the negative effect of drought conditions on the agriculture, forestry and fishing, and the electricity and water supply industries.
Dr. Henry gave the update at the PIOJ's quarterly press briefing on Tuesday. Adjustments have been made to the national budget to accommodate the transfer of the transport and mining portfolios to existing ministries. This is reflected in the first supplementary estimates for financial year 2023-2024. It was tabled in the House of Representatives on Tuesday by Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark. No additional funds have been added to the budget, which remains at a little over $1 trillion.
These supplementary estimates merely reorganize the allocation of resources to these new ministries in alignment with the subject areas that these ministries have responsibility for. It does not involve any additional expenditure or any change in any of the total numbers. It is simply facilitating the operation of these new ministries. And so I'd hope it would have a speedy passage through the PAAC.
The Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries is now the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining, while the Ministry of Science, Energy and Technology is replaced by the Ministry of Science, Energy, Telecommunications and Transportation. The Public Administration and Appropriations Committee is to examine the estimates. More than 5,000 residents across 6 rural communities are to benefit from major water supply projects at a cost of $135 million. Minister of Local Government Desmond McKenzie made the disclosure in his contribution to the 2023-24 sectoral debate on Tuesday. Rural Water Supply Limited is to undertake the work, details of which are being finalized. Beneficiary communities include Bangor Ridge and Cornwall Barracks in Portland, Pear Tree Grove in St. Catherine, and Maybole in St. Elizabeth. These add to works already implemented by the RWSL at Watermount and Penn Lucky Valley in St. Catherine, Portland Cottage and Rocky Point in Clarendon, and Mango Valley in St. Mary. These were done at a combined cost of $446 million.
With 20,000 people in these communities are now enjoying reliable access to potable water as we speak. Madam Speaker, Rural Water Limited has rehabilitated catchment tanks, installed water harvesting system in various communities, and especially, Madam Speaker, many rural schools in Jamaica have benefited from water harvesting from this country.
Rural Water has now moved to the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation to expand the network of water service that the government will be embarking on over the next 2 years. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Local Government will continue its comprehensive program for the rehabilitation of markets across the island during the current financial year. Portfolio Minister Desmond McKenzie also gave that update during his sectoral presentation in the House of Representatives. Projects that are already in progress include the Savannah Lamar Market in Westmoreland, where $20 million is being spent on the first phase. The total project cost is more than $70 million. In addition, $180 million will be spent to renovate the Charles Gordon Market in St. James over a 3-year period. Construction on Phase 1 of that project has already begun. Other markets are up for attention.
The drawings on the Highgate Market is almost completed. That was gutted by fire. We are paying our attention to the Highgate Market. The people of Alexandria, your wait is coming to an end because the funds will be provided in this financial year.
Regarding the Buff Bay Market in Portland, Phase 1 of works is slated to commence shortly. Member of Parliament for Portland Western, Darrell Vaz, has committed $5 million from his constituency development fund to assist with the project. And finally, Jamaica is moving to infuse technical and vocational education and training TVET into the primary schools. Minister of Education and Youth Fable Williams made that declaration at the opening ceremony for Heart World Skills Jamaica on Tuesday. Currently, TVET is offered in secondary schools, but the ministry is looking to also introduce the subject areas at the primary level. This is to ensure that students are equipped with the knowledge and skills to meet labor market needs.
So that they begin to understand the skills that are available to them as they grow in their education. We're elevating TVET on the same platform as traditional academics and saying to our students and our parents, there is no line of demarcation between the two. We want to see our students learn both and excel in both areas.
The minister says that with the Vocational Training and Development Institute, VTDI, established as a fully fledged institution in her ministry, a national mandate is being pursued to get more TVET teachers into schools. Legislative changes are to be made to allow the University Council of Jamaica, UCJ, to accredit TVET programs using the same rigor as they would for traditional academic programs. Minister Williams says the ministry has a budget of $400 million to upgrade TVET laboratories at high schools. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.